guys.
AJ, what's it like right now on that defensive side after another tough blowout loss?
Yeah, obviously just disappointing, and obviously just frustrated because it's kind of the same outcome the past 3 weeks, right? And obviously credit to the last 3 pointers. I thought they were good, but I think it's more about us than about the opponent at the end of the day. So yeah, I would just say frustrated.
Do you get a sense of why it's happening? How can you fix it easily, or is it going to take dramatic changes, or what?
Yeah, I don't think it takes some dramatic changes, and I think that's why it's frustrating because I do think we got the right guys in place and right guys on the defense, right? But it just comes down to, for me, kind of looking back at it, I think it's just doing our job consistently, especially when it comes to the explosive plays, that obviously just shifts momentum straight back to them. And, I think our offense was doing a lot better job of moving the ball and stuff. We just got to do a better job of, getting off the field and, just getting the ball back to our offense.
When it comes to stopping the run over the last 3 weeks, do you think it's the same problems for your defense continuously happening again, or do you think there are different problems every week on why you struggle?
Yeah. No, I think it's the same problem, honestly, and obviously just different. You're playing different teams. Like, this is a big personnel team that, wanted to run the ball, and we knew that, but it was just came down to, just doing our job and being, assignment sound at the end of the day.
You feel like the defensive players believe in the system or bought into what Jay Hill's put in?
Yeah, I definitely think so. I know the guys come every day, practice hard, and, we put the time in the work effort, but which is, again, why it's frustrating. You come out and, you don't get the outcome we want. But, at the end of the day, I do believe the guys believe, and, I don't think that's an issue at all.
How hard is it to start the game the way this started? You've been there before, but 2 straight times pinned up against your goal line, basically the first 3 plays of the game.
Yeah. Obviously, it's tough. It's not ideal, but at the end of the day, we got to go out there and limit them to a field goal at least. That was kind of our biggest thing. And, even we can't control what field position we're at, so we just got to go out there and do our job. And, at the end of the day, we just didn't, especially giving up 10. So ideally, we would want to get 0 or 6 points at least, with the 2 positions down there.
As a leader, how do you get guys to execute, moving forward? Because something's got to change, obviously. You can't give up these types of points, that. So how do you get guys to do that 1/11th you were talking about and not try and do too much or do too little?
Yeah, and that's obviously a question that I think about a lot, right? Especially these past 3 weeks. And honestly, I take it upon myself, if anything, just to go out there and, just be better on my end, and then go out there and get things going, whether it's making plays, whether it's helping guys out, just not being too locked in on what I'm doing, but, just commanding the defense and obviously just getting plays going. I think that's the biggest thing for me, and, I got to do a better job of just bringing the guys along. But, yeah, to your question, it's tough because, you want to do the best you can, but you also want to bring everyone else together. So, that's. And at the end of the day, I'm not perfect. I went out there and, had a couple, I wasn't perfect on my assignments or nothing. So, it's got to start with me at the end of the day.
You guys have had a bunch of injuries on the defensive side, and I know the next man up mentality, that's what we always talk about. But how hard is it to trust every guy when there is the shuffling and guys aren't, maybe you haven't played as much with them? How hard is it to trust everybody to do their 1/11th, particularly when the chips get down?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I think it's like, it's not about a trust thing. I think whoever goes out there, we trust them. I trust them. It's more so of just, us executing, at the end of the day. So, I know the guys that are going in there put the time and effort, the extra time, the extra film, and it just comes down to, just executing when the lights come on. And, obviously it's different when, from practice to the game, you just got to turn that switch on.
And speaking of putting in extra time and putting in the film, once you turn the page on this game and prepare for the Sooners, I mean, like I said, you have to watch the film to really know what you're going up against.
Yeah.
But as of right now, what can you say as far as preparing for the Sooners next week?
Yeah, obviously, it's going to start with this game because, we obviously have to understand, what's going on, schematically or even, personnel-wise, what we're doing, who's not doing, their job. But you know, once we figure out and once we can get to a point where we're just executing on a consistent level, you know, I think that's when we can go forward and, you know, just be who we need to be, who we know we can be. But, you know, credit, like you mentioned, you know, I know they're a good team coming in here, and, you know, we're still searching for that 6th win. And, you know, I think it's going to take our best week of preparation. And, you know, obviously at the end of the day, you know, be able to go out there and play our best game of the season, you know. So just put it all together, and, you know, that's kind of what we're looking for.
Last question for AJ. Did you get it? All right.
Appreciate y'all.